Hi, everyone. It is Jaime Jo Wright here at Mad Lit Musings. And today I have with us one of my favorite authors of all times, Michelle Griep. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, happy to be here.
I'm
Thank you
happy
for
to
having
have you here. Yes, I'm surprised that I've not had you here before. That's a travesty. We are remedying that today.
me. Okay. All right. I can
Okay,
come back every other month if
that'd
that
be
makes sense.
great. That'd be great, especially if you come back every other month with another book.
Whoa, I'm not promising that. I can tell you ideas for books, but
Hey, that would work. That would work. I would be
okay.
game for that. I'd be game for that.
That's kind of fun if we did that, if we
It
like
would.
talked about ideas for books and people could weigh in on it.
Mm. That could be fun. We should start like a separate group and just everybody just create stories. Oh, I love
That would
stories and brainstorming.
me too.
And
Me
then I
too.
want somebody else to write them so I can just read them.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, everybody come back next month. We'll be doing a brainstorm for all the new books that Michelle's going to be writing for us.
And possibly Jamie, because I have some ideas for you too.
Oh, okay. This is good. Dun dun
Yep.
dun. But
Uh-huh.
we are here to talk about a book that is actually already written.
It is.
It is. And I'm going to try and say it now without slurring my words or lisping or stumbling over it.
It is a tongue twister.
It is The Sleuth of Blackfriars Lane.
You got it. Good job.
We did it, which it doesn't sound like it should be that hard to say,
I
but it
know,
actually is.
but your tongue just stumbles over it like
Yeah.
it's a little drunkard falling downstairs. It just happens.
I am never going to look at this title the same way again. I'm just
Maybe that'll
picturing
make it
one of
memorable.
those. I'm picturing one of those little old men from Bonanza or Little House on the Prairie. They go stumbling down the Western Saloon
Yep.
stairs.
Yep. Right. That's my book.
I love
It
it. I love it. All right, The Sleuth of Blackfriars Lane. This is book three in a trilogy.
is.
And tell us a little bit about, I guess, the trilogy as a whole, in case people haven't even read book one yet.
That's right. So, I mean, the books could be read as standalones, but
Right.
you'll get more of a character arc and flavor
Hmm.
for it if you start with The Thief of Blackfriars Lane. And it all started with I went to a drive-in one time with my adult kids and husband, and we had to sit through the first movie. That was a cartoon. It was
Oh,
Zootopia. Have you seen
oh,
Zootopia?
I've seen, it's not my favorite. Zootopia is not my favorite.
I liked the plot though. I liked the
Yeah.
idea of the bunny rabbit going off to, bring justice to the big city of Zootopia, and then the fox con artist. And I
Hmm.
thought I could do that in Victorian England.
There you
So
go.
I made the rookie constable. He's
Hmm.
coming to London from
Hmm.
Little England. Gonna whip it into shape. And of course, I couldn't have a fox as a con man, so I had a woman as the con
A
man, which
foxy con artist.
yeah,
Dun dun
exactly.
dun.
In a sense, she's a fox, but
Yeah.
and, you wouldn't expect a woman con artist, and
Right.
so that's where all the trouble slash fun begins and continues on through the Bride of Blackfriars Lane, and you can guess what happens or is supposed to happen in
Hmm.
that. And then this new one, the Sleuth of Blackfriars Lane, that was I have favorite TV shows like anybody
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And I mashed up two of my favorites. So I love Miss Scarlet and the Duke.
Hmm.
You've seen that one, but
Yes.
it's good, although they might lose me next
I
season.
know. I have thoughts. I
I
have
have
thoughts.
big thoughts. I have, and they're ugly thoughts. So
Yes, mine are not nice.
we'll see if they can pull it off. I'm going to give them a
Okay.
chance.
Okay.
So it was, um, yeah, Miss Scarlet and the Duke and Burn Notice, which was a series
Oh,
back in the earlier 2000s.
yeah.
That was the first spy.
Hmm.
So mash those up, put them together, and out came the Sleuth of Blackfriars Lane. So
I love it.
it's all Victorian, it's all London, and it's
Yep.
all a lot of action and of
Yeah.
course romance.
Well, of course, of course. Yes, I was gonna bring up Miss Scarlet and the Duke if you didn't, because I was gonna say
Yeah,
there's definitely some Miss Scarlet and the Duke flair in all
yes.
three of them. Although
Yeah,
the Miss Scarlet part would be more of the Miss Con artist part instead of a detective, but she's still
yeah,
kind of a detective too.
yes. Yeah.
Like she cons, but yet she is
Right.
she's super savvy.
She's a sassy gal, and I
She
like that.
is. She
Yeah,
is. Yeah, I like that.
I admire that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So Did you go to London and roam the dark, deep streets of the London and Blackfriars Lane and all of that? Does that
I have,
exist?
it does, yes.
Okay.
Blackfriars Bridge, there's a
Hmm.
Blackfriars Lane. I have been there. It's by one of my favorite markets is the Borough Market, which has been there, gosh, since like the year 1000.
Okay.
And so it's like a foodie haven. Like they have all these food carts and food trucks and whatnot. So every time I do go to London, uh, I always beeline it there to get some food first.
Yeah.
But I haven't been there, gosh, since 2019. So that's too long. That's 5 years. That's
It's
way
time
too
for another trip.
it is. We were gonna go last December for our anniversary, big 4-0, which is a big
Whoa.
accomplishment. But then my daughter went and had a baby. So I had to go take care of the 2-year-old twins so she could go have a
Shucks.
baby.
Ah,
So they're on
shucks.
my anniversary. But yeah, so hopefully we can get there soon.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like it's due. You're due for
Over
another trip to London. Yes.
way overdue. Although you know what, honestly, London's not my favorite. There's there's
No.
there's things to do there, but I like the countryside of England. I like
Mm.
there are there's a lot of mystery going on in those little towns, and so
Hmm.
I prefer to like hop around the whole country.
Yeah. Yeah. Those little towns instantly bring to mind like Miss Marple. And I'm trying to remember the show. It's a red-headed reverend who solves.
Father Brown, I don't think he's redheaded.
Who is it? What's the name?
Father Brown, but I don't think he's
Nope.
red.
Nope. It wasn't Father Chestershire.
Hmm.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to figure that out while we're talking here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
figure it out. I'll figure it out. I gotta figure this one out, but
know what the redhead is. I'm missing out on.
oh, he's like a ginger reverend
Like
television show.
historical or contemporary?
Um, oh, what is it? It's kind of like I think it's post World War II. I want to say 50s or 60s,
Okay. Huh.
but I could be wrong.
I haven't seen it.
I bet you if I told you, you'd know right away what it is.
Probably.
Anyway, while we're discussing this, what specifically, well, not what specifically, because that would be too many spoilers, but give us an overview of the Sleuth in Blackfriars Lane. What are we going up against in this one?
Yes, well, Kit is now a parent, so who would have thunk she'd become a mama?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, she abhors household chores and doesn't necessarily want to be home changing diapers all day. So she goes and opens up a detective agency, an inquiry agency, with her retired dad. He's a retired sergeant, police sergeant.
Oh,
They open it up,
okay.
and she's gonna, of course, continue to try to bring justice to the streets of London, but that's really hard to do with a 1-year-old.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be a challenge. I can see that.
it is. It is. So she puts her baby in the care of her good friend Martha, who's in the other books.
Okay.
And in this book, Martha gets her own love story. Um,
Mm,
but so it's a big struggle for Kit, just it is as it is for mamas today. How
yeah.
much I work, how much do I stay home? I feel guilty when I'm home. I feel guilty when I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
How to balance that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind
That
of
that is definitely an interesting balance. And I can't imagine if you're going after fiends and villains. You don't
exact.
necessarily want to do that with your 12-month-old on your hip.
No. And of course, her baby ends up in danger, which is not good.
Oh, ooh. Dun,
Yeah.
dun. Although we could probably say safely that no babies were hurt in the making of
No
this.
babies were hurt. Not
That's good.
even, well, the armadillo got a little hurt, but he didn't die.
There's an
There's
armadillo?
armadillo. As much as I hate armadillos, I put an armadillo, and turns out he's quite the hero of an armadillo.
I'm
But go
trying
for
to picture London. Does London have armadillos?
no, but they have one for a pet.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Kit's a little quirky like that. At the end of
Mm-hmm.
the second book, they had gone to Africa, and she brings home a pet tiger cub. Well,
Oh,
you can't keep a pet tiger cub because they grow.
no.
And so
They
swapped it out for an armadillo. Yeah.
and if that doesn't make you want to read the book, I don't know what does. Because
There you
that
go.
right there is a massive selling point.
Of course. Of course.
I love
Yes.
creatures. Actually, I'm serious though when I say that because I love animals in books because they bring an element of, I don't know, fun and humor and
Humor.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
Brooks the armadillo, he's old. He's an elderly armadillo, and he bumps along and crashes into the baseboards when he's looking for bugs, and always
Oh.
so yeah.
So now you're gonna have to go out and get yourself a pet armadillo.
No, no.
That
Mm-mm.
was a very emphatic no.
No, they dig up my gardens and I get so mad. And I just put an English garden in my front yard last fall. So I
Oh,
believe they're going to be into it. So I need to
yeah.
get that cured. I need to get it
Mm-hmm.
but
Yep. Getting battened down. Grant Chester. That was the name of the show. Grant
oh, I've heard
Chester.
of it. I have heard of
Yes.
it. I have not seen
Yes.
it.
It's a Cambridgeshire clergyman who investigates a series of mysterious wrongdoings in a small English village. It's very good. It's very good.
I would watch.
Anyway, you should watch it. It's good. Okay, so we have The Sleuth of Blackfriars Lane, and these are by Barbara Publishing.
Yes.
And when you read them, you're reading, I think I would describe it as like mystery, suspense with an air of, I want to say comedy, but it's not really comedy. Like it's not like slapstick comedy. It's like sassy. I don't know. The hero and the heroine have a lot of banter back and forth, I guess is how I'd put it.
They do. I admire sassy banter. Oh, I had them be a little sassy with each other. But yeah, there's a lot of dark topics that I
Hmm.
cover. And Victorian London had a lot of dark
Yeah,
places to it, and they're in the dark places. So I
right.
wanted to taper that definitely with some humor. So
Yeah.
I do weave humor throughout, well,
Hmm.
every book of mine. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You definitely have that in a lot of your books. So that's cool. Awesome. I love it. So do you have a faith thread going through this book too, or is this kind of more general?
I think the faith thread is they keep trying to Jackson and Kit, the hero and
Mm,
heroine, keep trying to take things into their own hands and it ends up falling apart. And so there's the faith thread of trusting God,
hmm.
and there's the faith thread of God is sovereign
Mm,
and his will is not going to be thwarted no matter how hard you try to or don't try to.
right.
Um, he's going to have his way. And so trust is a huge thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I would
It
say that's
really
my,
is.
yeah.
What's that?
I would say that would be my main faith message.
Okay. All right. Yep. That's fair. That's fair. And so people who read these, they can read them out of order if they wanted to.
Yeah,
But if
absolutely. Yeah.
but if you
Each
do
story,
read them, they build, correct?
yes, each story is a standalone.
Okay.
You can read them out of order,
Hmm.
but if you read them from beginning to end, you're going to get definitely more of a character arc and understand why Kit is the way she is as a mother when you find out what her beginnings are.
Okay.
She had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
So for her to be this kind of a mom is a huge improvement in her, but some people might not see it as an improvement.
They might still question her judgment.
They would. They would.
Ooh. All right. All right. Sounds good. So what's coming next from Michelle Griep?
Yeah,
What else is coming out?
there's so much coming next from Michelle Griep because she's going crazy trying to next release is in the fall,
Okay.
and that's a new venture with Bethany Publishing.
Hmm.
So that one is a book one of a two-book series.
Okay.
Is that a series? Does that count? Like that's a sequel.
No.
I don't know what you
Yeah.
call
It's a
it.
set.
It's a set. It's a
It's a
set.
set.
And that is the Times Lost Treasure set. I'm gonna call set. It's called Of Gold and Shadows,
Hmm.
and it is a female Egyptologist, again in Victorian England,
Hmm.
which there weren't any female Victorian Egyptologists. So she has a hard time proving herself
Yeah.
because she's a woman who should be home cooking and cleaning with the kids, and she's not. And so, of course, she's going to get hired by the richest, most handsome, eligible
Mm.
bachelor in all the country who has recently returned from India with a big load of antiquities from
Ooh.
India. So,
Ooh.
of course, one of those you're gonna like this because this sounds kind of Jamie Joe to me.
Mm.
One of the antiquities is cursed, and
Ooh. You got
bad,
me.
yeah, bad things start to happen.
Dun dun dun.
Is it because of the antiquity or something else?
Hmm.
Yeah. So you gotta read it to find out. But
Oh,
that's the first
you're not gonna tell
in
us, huh?
no. No. And the second book will be so the first book features she's a Egyptologist from Oxford. The second
Okay.
one is from Cambridge. So I'm using different colleges.
Sure.
And he is mentioned in the first book, but he's the Roman antiquities professor
Ooh.
from Cambridge.
Ooh.
So he's going to do actually an archaeological dig just a little bit south of Cambridge. Yeah,
Ooh.
on the cursed acres. So we don't have a cursed antiquity, but we have a cursed plot of
First
land.
acreage. Ooh,
Yeah,
that sounds delicious. I love
yeah,
it. I love
yeah.
it. I love
Mm.
watching the documentaries where they are out looking for um Roman artifacts in England. It's just the
I
weirdest
know.
concept to me that you're finding Roman artifacts on an
And there
English
are.
farmland.
It's so weird. I remember one time I was there, I went to a castle and it still had a stairwell in it like from the first century, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the stairs, when you're walking up it, a stair's like flat. These
Hmm.
stairs are like because so many feet over 1,000 years going up and down these stairs have worn the stone into a huge dip. So they're kind of
Wow.
fine. But Romans were climbing those stairs. That's
I
crazy.
know. It's so weird. I wish we could put our foot into the footstep of someone else and just be transported back to that moment.
Oh, that's a good thought.
Write
Yeah.
it. Do it. Michelle, time
I
travel.
do need to do a time travel actually.
You
So
do.
do that
There,
one's
there.
but
Think
yeah, but
about
that's
that.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've always thought, even when you go into antique stores and you pick up something that's
Mhm.
old and you like a teacup. I mean, just
Yeah,
something simple like a teacup. And you're like, who drank out of this?
yeah.
Who first purchased this?
I do think
Why?
yeah,
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 yeah. Those things
yeah.
are always so much fun. I think that's why I love the historical side of stories because there's so much unknown and so much room for your imagination.
Yes.
It's delightful.
Love it.
Delightful. Awesome.
Uh, yeah,
Wow. So you've got some books coming out left and right. And
I do. But what I'm writing now is a Christmas, Victorian Christmas.
ooh,
So that's what I'm working on, or should be working on.
bet
Even
you're
though
talking to us instead.
I'm here trying to, but I thought it'd be fun to do one about Belle, the girl who dumped Scrooge, because we don't
Oh,
know. We know she dumped
that's
Scrooge.
true.
What happened to her later on? So
That is true. I always wondered that actually. I remember when I was little, I always liked that scene where they were kind of like falling in love in the black and white movie. But then it was always wrecked because it was a thwarted romance, but you never really knew what happened and
yeah,
why.
yep.
And it was like, Dickens, come
Also,
on, fill in the
also,
blanks. Good,
also,
do that, solve that, solve that.
yeah, yeah.
Well, you have Dickens romances, but not
I
Dickens Christmas. Yeah,
I do.
romances. Yeah.
They
Hmm.
are, but
Hmm.
they're also mysteries. But
Yep.
yeah, I love Dickens. I love his characters. I love his quirk.
Hmm.
I mean, you're the Poe aficionado, but I do love me some Dickens.
I do too. I do too. In fact, I will tell you, I got from an editor once a little note that said, okay, you don't have to be Charles Dickens all the time.
But
We don't need 4 pages of description to get to the point. I'm
it's
like,
so
oh, but that's the best part.
it is. And naming characters. I love that.
Yes.
That is the best part. Yeah.
Yes. It's fun. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, if readers want to get to know more about you and your plethora of
Yeah.
books, which are really good, um, I'm a huge proponent, but you go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
Alrighty. Well, the best place to find me is at my website, just michellegriep.com. That's Griep. Doesn't look like Griep, but it really is. That and I have a blog there that I update occasionally.
Mhm.
We'll maybe that lately. But I'm also on all your favorite social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Amazon. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Goodreads. I'm on Instagram. I'm all over the place. I'm out there like a toenail fungus. So you're gonna find me.
That's
There.
not quite how I would explain you to most people, but I get where you're going with it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just
I'm
kind of
there.
spread. You're
I'm
there.
there. I am there, and I'm hard to get rid of.
Yeah,
So,
but you're actually something we want in our life.
yeah, I
So
guess.
we'll
I
keep
guess.
you. We'll keep you.
Okay. All right.
They can also find you online at a very fun Facebook group. Tell us a little bit about this group.
Yes, I'm so glad you mentioned that. It is the
Yes.
Inspirational Regency Readers group. It's on Facebook. Just type in Inspirational Regency Readers. You'll find us. And I say us, not because I have multiple personalities. I kind of do though. But I do it with Erica Vetch,
Mhm.
and she was the brainchild. Like she pulled this whole thing together. So high five to Erica and Julie Clausen, the
Mhm.
ever famous, beautiful Julie Clausen.
Yes.
And so it's the three of us. And Erica is the idea gal. And I'm the, yes, let's do that. And Julie's like, wait a minute, let's think about all the implications. So we're a very good team.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're well balanced then.
We are.
You
We
kind of
are.
need that in a group of people.
And the group of people, the people that are in it, oh my goodness, they are so much fun.
Hmm.
They are there all the time. Like they're posting, they're commenting, they're having a good old time.
Yeah,
And we play lots of games and do all kinds of goofy things.
that's
So
awesome.
it's
That's
all
awesome.
region related.
Yeah, yeah. So if you love Regency, you
Yeah.
definitely want to hang out there. I'm part of the group. I'm a groupie.
Yay. Thanks for joining us.
I'm a
Yeah.
groupie, but awesome. All right. Well, Michelle, I'm sure we will have you back in the future.
All
Um,
right. I'll
this
come
is
back.
fun. And everybody rush out. Get your Michelle Griep copy of a book. I don't care which one. They're all good.
Thank you.
Just look her up, grab one, and it's a winner.
There you go. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for being here.